Meantime, the director of our health department says that the COVID-19 phone bank, was closed down over the weekend because, get this, a lack of interest. Annette Rodriguez says that our positive COVID-19 test results are coming down. She's also telling us that hardly anyone is calling your phone bank to set up an appointment to be tested. Rodriguez says that in past weeks, hundreds of folks were calling for free testing, but now she says phone calls virtually stopped coming in last week, so the phone bank was shut down. Still, people could leave a message, but only 10 people left messages asking if they could be tested at the health department.